You're watching JaxBlade's month of Halloween. Let's get some out of some psychopaths. Groovy.
This character is more than perfect for this month, and after a year of his comics, I think it's time we finally cover Absolute Batman. Yo dudes and dudettes, your fellow neighbor JaxBlade is back with another episode of Would That Work Out? The series where I use my knowledge of personal training and exercise science to analyze a fictional character's routine and see how effective it would be in real life. You know, it's funny, a couple years ago I played this clip in relation to regular comic Batman.
Bruh, is Batman really this goddamn big in real life? The fuck, this man 6'8", 240. You out here beating up criminals in Gotham City? You need to be catching passes from Tom Brady or something.
But now seeing absolute Bruce Wayne.
This motherfucker look like he just came out the hyperbolic time chamber.
My man is 6'9", 421 pounds of jacked, athletic, functional muscle fibers, and his villains look like this.
Boy!
I've done so many videos breaking down real life Batman stuff over the years. I mean, from the best bat suit to actually have, the best fighting style to actually use, the best physique to actually have, all of which you can check out in this playlist here. But my God, Absolute Batman is literally like Kane, not you, just put on a bat suit. But let's break down what type of training, nutrition, and recovery you would need, what type of genetics and supplements you would need, and would that size even be beneficial for what you are trying to do? Let's analyze, and like Bruce Lee said, let's absorb what's useful and discard what's not. For Absolute Batman, we learned that this Bruce is not a billionaire like his other universe counterparts. He is a working man with supremely high intelligence, which lets him craft inventions that help him with his nightly escapades. We also learned that when younger, he played college football until he faked a knee injury, became adept at several martial arts and combat styles, and then got a construction job, which he still works. All of which are phenomenal for building true functional strength that can be used whenever you need to. For people who played football in the past, especially high-level sports like college football, you already know that you were given a specific weights program to follow to help you reach your goals. The program they give you is primarily filled with exercises to increase your strength, power, explosiveness, agility, durability, and conditioning. Movements like bench press, squats, deadlifts, power cleans and hang cleans, push press, neck training, pull-ups, rows, carries, box jumps, broad jumps, resistance sprints, tackle sled, medicine ball slams, sled pushes, and sled pulls, in addition to a good nutrition program, can help you build a powerful athletic body as we see with these real life athletes. And to be honest, the feats of athleticism some of these guys who are easily over 6 feet and 230 pounds plus are able to pull off are some of the most incredible accomplishments for a person to witness that it makes sense why they are idolized by so many. If you want an in-depth program close to this that you can do at the gym or at home, click my link in the pinned comment. I'm having a special on it this week, and check out my SKOOL Dojo. We are all training and improving together for the next few months, and we'd love you to join. When it comes to fitness, pro athletes are the closest we've got to real life superheroes for that specific department, because think of all the stuff that they can accomplish. So if that is Bruce's base in this universe, then it makes sense why he is so big yet so agile. Partially at least, because there's some bits that are just comic BS. After that, we see how Bruce goes to a combat gym instead of traveling the world and mastering 127 styles of martial arts before he was 25 years old.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to bullshit.
Absolute Batman is more grounded here, as we see during his battles. He can punch, kick, elbow, knee, and grapple a bit. His fighting style depth seems more like a person who started going to an MMA gym, as he'll teach you all those things, and with his athleticism and intelligence, he can utilize those skills much more effectively than the average person. And then working construction, from all the lifting and carrying heavy materials, shoveling dirt and concrete, operating heavy tools, climbing and pulling, pushing wheelbarrows, working on uneven ground which helps your stabilizer muscles more and more, and not to mention the insane grip strength construction workers develop, which is just beneficial for your overall strength. It makes sense why Absolute Batman is just so formidable, because physically, the person who does all that stuff is a legitimate, certified beast. But that is not even covering how much this juggernaut motherfucker has to eat on a daily basis. Let's go to the calorie website. Also, y'all remind me to bring back my calorie burning series. I had fun with that. So, Absolute Batman, our boy Bruce here in this universe, is 21 years old.
Actually, quick addendum, he's 24 years old. I just misspoke there, but I checked the numbers and it was relatively similar, so no big, just giving that quick fix.
He is 6'9", 421 pounds, And yeah, no, he is extra active. So let's calculate how much he would need. All right, so our boy, the results show to maintain his weight, he needs at least 5,881 calories a day. All right, so I thought it was gonna be something a bit higher, but it probably is a bit higher with all his activity, but that's still a lot to eat on a daily basis, especially if you're not a billionaire. 5,881 calories a day to maintain his weight, and if you want to gain weight, that'd be about 6,881 calories, so he'd need to eat a lot of calorie-dense foods daily. And with all this, he definitely need to make time to sleep and recover, and the more you train, the more rest you need. So daily naps would be a lifesaver for this Bruce who hasn't mastered the micro naps like the previous Batman. But now, let's move on to... As we've established, Absolute Bruce is a big boy. Unless your genetics are the Suprema Supreme, like those Icelandic giants, or Samoans, or those people in that village Francis Ngannou came from, you sadly cannot train yourself to be 6'9" and 421 pounds. You fucking lied to me. To give you a visualization, Absolute Batman is heavier than Shaq. And according to Google, even Big Show, which I'm not buying for a second because ain't no way. So Bruce has either really, really good genetics, or possibly he got some of that Gotham human growth hormone when he was a kid and used it to make himself grow more than average. Funny enough, this reminds me of a discussion I remember my college professor had with a class back in anatomy and physiology, where we were talking about how like there are certain kids who can't grow properly, and what happens is some doctors will give them human growth hormone pre-puberty and it allows them to grow, but sometimes it works a bit too well, and then it lets them just grow an extra, like, you know, few feet or something like that. Like it makes them, some people have grown to be like 6'9", 6'8" or something like that when they took it when they were young. And I remember someone in my class was saying like, oh snap, well I better tell my little brother or something like that. And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. Like if you just go give it to a kid, it can actually make you shorter if you give it to someone who has a healthy like growth system or something like that. So I don't know, that's something I just randomly started thinking about that, because the idea of like Bruce going like, I need to become a monster or something like that, and if he had something wrong with him, that's just funny stuff to think about. Not saying that's what happened, but it's just funny stuff to think about. But especially how comics are going these days, I would not put it past this Bruce to be taking some non-Tropicana juice for all the stuff he's trying to pull, or maybe it's just that Gotham creatine, and with the recent comics and the Venom stuff going on, like, hey, I wouldn't put it past him. And the final thing is, would being this size even be that good for doing stuff like Batman? Realistically, I always say, unless you have something like a high-tech Iron Man suit, an alien symbiote to wear, or a Ben 10 Omnitrix. Absolutely not! Even with that badass armored axe-wielding suit, he'd be fucked up within a week, because the thing about size is, unless you are invulnerable, like the Hulk with super strength and healing powers, you are basically a big-ass target. It's harder to move around and sneak around. All someone has to do is shoot you with one of those weapons that has the plaster that sticks to you and a bomb in it, and then... tick, tick, boom. It would be a wrap. And again, he's still showing his mouth. Beneficial when fine-ass Catwoman comes around, but not so beneficial when hundreds of criminals are trying to shoot at you. And seeing the villains this Bruce faces, Darkseid really wanted his get back after this. So, would that work out? There's a lot of good training modalities and philosophies that will greatly benefit you in real life, but unless Zeus himself has blessed you, you're probably not gonna get this yoked or athletic. To my $5 patrons for the month of October, Illegally Sane, Yurika Hidalgo, Samurai Girl, Josh Howie, Nerdtastic Gladio, Mum and Dad, Kai's the Great, Stefan Mars, thank you for all your support. All of you are super, just saying. Anyways, I've really been loving these Absolute Batman comics, and it's just fun to see Bruce without his wealth, like be able to come up with all these ways to, like, you know, kick ass still. Like it's truly like brains and brawn fully utilized. And if you made it this far in the video, type Bruce Gain in the comment section down below. It shows me you watched all the way in, and be sure to hit that bell icon to subscribe. Got tons of stuff here for you. And also, tell me, who is your favorite Batman, Absolute Batman villain they've shown so far? All right. I love Bane. Like, people who on my channel know I love Bane, but they did the one thing that always pisses me off with a Bane design. Like, they could not help themselves, which I talked about in depth in this video. You can check out after this. But yeah, I still do dig him. And if you need a coach to help you reach your goals, or just to help you in any sort of thing to improve your life, be sure to check out my link in the description right down there. It'll help you to start improving your life. We can talk on Zoom and see if my service is for you. I've been doing this since 2010, so I always love helping new people. And again, like, if you want other stuff, be sure to check out my SKOOL Dojo. We're all doing great in there. And also check out my programs in the description box. But yeah, this is a fun video, and it was awesome to talk about the absolute unitverse. But remember, like I always say, keep calm. Booyah on! I love doing that every October. And don't forget, Momentai. Now go be the beast that absolute Batman knows you can be. Got this.